Hi, good afternoon class. Today our lesson will be based on House 2, page 30, page 30. Now, let's look at this title. It's called Wild Weather. Yeah, as you can see, it is about weather. Now, what kind of weather do you like best? For me, I would like it hot and rainy. Now, how does it make you feel? Well, hot and rainy make me feel good. So, here is how it should be. Now, for the lesson, now exercise 1. Now, I'm not going to play the audio, but I'll read it for you. As I read, please read it together with me. Sunny, sunny, rainy, windy, snowy, stormy, cloudy, damp, icy, foggy, warm, wet, dry, thunder and lightning, blizzard, heat wave, hailstones. Now, as you can see, sunny and rainy, windy, these three weather, we can find it in Malaysia throughout the year. Now, as for snowy, that means, snow comes, especially for countries with 4 seasons. Next, stormy. What is stormy? Stormy is connected to thunder and lightning. So when the clouds turn very dark, especially for stormy, right, you know that the rain is coming soon. As for cloudy, well, we can see that when the sky is covered with clouds, so we call it cloudy. And we can also predict probably the rain will be coming soon. As for damp and wet, these two have something to do with rainy. So this is what happened in our country, Malaysia. Alright, as for icy, now this has something to do with snowy. It has something to do with snow. As for foggy, well, sometimes in the morning we can see fog covering the mountain. Well, this is foggy. And in cold countries, you can see fog as well. Now, warm, it happens in Malaysia. Yeah, warm. And next one, warm and sunny is when the sun comes out. Now, sunny, of course, we normally describe the day as bright and sunny. Yeah, alright, when it's hot. But when it's not too hot, around maybe 27 degrees, it's called warm. Now, what about dry? Dry happens all the time in Africa, and they can't plant much there. They can't grow many plants over there because the ground is normally dry all the time. And what about blizzard? Now, blizzard is this kind of heavy snow. Yeah, it can comes up to a few inches high for the snow. As for heat wave, now the heat wave can be very scary because the degrees can goes up to about 40 or 40 over, around 40 or 40 over degrees, and this kind of heat wave can kill. It's kind of scary, really. And as for hailstones, now for hailstones, as you know, it has something to do with snow, but it's a bit different, whereby you see the word stone here. Hailstone, that means they come down like rain. Stone, they are like raining stones of cubes. It's not really cubes, but it's like snow. It becomes like marble size or as big as the fist size, that kind of snow. So it's better for you to stay at home if the hailstones come. Now let's do this, all right, I would like you to do this exercise 1 into your English 3 vocabulary book. All right, English 1 will be for exercise 2 and so on. As for English 3, it will be for exercise 1. Okay, now let's go to exercise 2. Look at the pictures. What's the weather like in London, Tokyo, Sydney, Athens, Madrid, and New York? So as you can see, all right, let's take a look at the pictures here. All right, now in your book you can see that Athens. Now we start with London. All right, start with London. In London, it's cold and foggy. Now first I want to explain the question here. What's the weather like in London? What does that mean? Now, like is not the kind of verb I like you, I like to eat ice cream, I don't like to eat durian. Now, this kind of like, no. This is a different like. What's the weather like in London? It means, how's the weather in London? Or in another question is, how is your aunt like? For example, that means what kind of person your aunt is. For example, oh, my aunt likes to cook. You know, she's an interesting lady and she likes to exercise an hour every day and she likes to mingle around with a lot of people. So this kind of like, alright? So what's the weather like in London? Now in London, comma, it's cold and foggy. That is in London. Here, as you can see, London is about 5 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 5 degrees Celsius. And I tell you, 5 degrees Celsius is very cold. Really cold. Yeah, so it's better to have extra clothes, proper clothing in London at this 5 degrees. Now let's go to the next question. Now look here. Now this is what I want you to do in English 1. You put down the day, beautiful Tuesday, or the day that you have the lesson, all right, and put down the date of the day. Pause to page 30, colon, vocabulary and speaking. Exercise 2. Look at the pictures. What's the weather like in London? In London, comma, it's cold and foggy. What about Tokyo? Now, let's take a look at Tokyo. Now, as you can see, Tokyo, you can see thunder, lightning, yeah? Thunder, probably you can't hear it now, but you can see zigzag. This is lightning, all right? Now, Tokyo, how are we going to write that? This is about 14 degrees Celsius. Now, let's take a look. In Tokyo, you say it's stormy. Yeah. But what about thunder and lightning, you may ask? Well, it's a different one. You can say in Tokyo, it is now having thunder and lightning. Now it's a different one. Okay, let's go to the next one. Sydney. Where is Sydney? Here. Now Sydney is 38 degrees Celsius. It's really hot. At 4 p.m. 38 degrees Celsius, definitely it's heat wave. It's very hot. Now you can see the sun. Yeah, the sun is really huge here. Okay, what are we going to do? Okay, we write down in Sydney. It's hot, and you can look here, you can see the big sun, so you can say sunny and sunny. Okay, what about Athens? Athens, now 27 degrees. So 27 degrees is not very hot, but it's warm enough. You can see the clouds here. Yeah, quite a lot of clouds up there. So it's only at 10 a.m. So in Athens, it's warm and cloudy. Okay, what about Madrid? Okay, Madrid is 18 degrees Celsius. It is about the weather like in Genting Highlands. So you can see that it's raining here. You see, it's raining. Yeah, cold and rainy. So we can write like this. In Madrid, it's cold and rainy. Alright, what about New York? Okay, here in New York, you can see snow. It's -1 degrees. Pretty cold here. Alright, you can see snowing. Yeah, cold. Alright, now in New York, it's cold and snowy. Okay, now Madrid, they are too cold here. What can we do about it? Okay, Madrid is raining. Alright, cold and raining. Yeah, I guess we can put two like this. No problem. It's cold and rainy. It's also cold and snowy. So yeah, why not? Okay, now let's go to the next one. And when you look at exercise 3, alright, exercise 3, in which city ... is there a heat wave? Now, as you can see, Sydney, 38 degrees Celsius, is pretty hot. So you can write down Sydney. Okay. In which city could you hear thunder and see lightning? Wow, we can see here. Okay, this is the place, Tokyo. So we write down Tokyo. Okay. Now, in which city could you get caught in a blizzard? Now, it is just snowy here, but if it gets snowy throughout the night, well, you can see the blizzard, then it will turn into blizzard. So we can say it is New York. Sometimes snowy day can get worse as time goes by. Now, what about look? Hi class, this is a correction of the season. So we start with spring, and then summer, and then autumn, and then winter, and then it goes back to spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So this is it. Yeah, it's like a cycle. So yeah, okay, this is it. Spring is when the time the flower blooms, and summer is when it's very hot. Autumn is when the flowers and the leaves drops, and then they wither and slowly they die, and then soon winter comes. Each takes roughly about 3 months each. All right, 3 months each normally. Yeah, but because of the global warming, so the time has somehow changed a bit for these 4 seasons. Yeah, so these are the 4 seasons according to spring, summer, autumn, and winter, and then it goes back again. Talk about the weather in Malaysia. How are we going to write that? Just make a sentence. You can make 2 sentences if you want to. All right, Malaysia does not have 4 seasons. It is hot throughout the year. it also, if you want to write more than 2, can. It also has rainy season. Yeah. Okay. So you can make 3 simple sentences like this. Alright, let's go to the next exercise. Okay, in what kind of weather do you do these activities? A. When do you go windsurfing? I go windsurfing, okay, on wind. You need wind, right? Okay, on windy days. Okay, so the next one is, when do you go skiing? Alright, so here you can say, use back this. Alright, I go skiing. You must have ice or snow. Okay, I go skiing on snowy days. Right, now the next one, when do you play volleyball? Well, I play volleyball. Well, it should not be raining, so say sunny days. What about playing computer games? So when do you play computer games? I play computer games. Man, it rains, I can't go out, so I would say on rainy days. Okay, so this is it. You are supposed to read this out. So that's it. You do this vocabulary, alright, in E3. Okay, this is E3, exercise 1. Exercise 1. Okay, exercise 1 in E3 for vocabulary. Write down the day and the day. As for E1, you do exercise 2, exercise 3, exercise 4, and exercise 5 in E1. Alright? Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.